Hello, welcome to new unboxing. Today will be a new variant of the last success story of WLtoys, the camera version only of the V686 model. So this is a J version. So it's using exactly the same box that the FPV version I reviewed some time ago. Okay, so nice little box. And what you will find inside, you will find the quadcopter itself. Okay, so this is exactly the same design that the FPV versions. Okay, the only main difference are is locating beneath. The camera module, well, this one is for the FPV, this one is a new one. Okay, it's announced to be a 2 megapixel camera. It's including a 2 gigabyte micro SD card, and we will see more in details about this quadcopter. You will find in the box the remote. This is a classic WLtoys chassis, including a large LCD. Okay, some speed mode selection here: 40, 60, 80, 100%. You can turn off or on the light with this button. Okay, and here you can access to the photo to trigger the photograph mode, or to turn on and off the headless mode if you press this button more than 2 seconds. Here is to start on and off the camera video, and if you press long time is to activate the so-called return to home functionalities. Well, of course, this last function is over the time not really efficient. And the last right shoulder button is to indicate that you want to flip. So when you press it, you have to indicate in which direction you want to flip, and fast emitting beeps will start. What also you will find 4 props as pair, 2 clockwise, 2 counterclockwise, a micro USB reader, okay, a power adapter to charge your battery. It's using a GST connector, okay, and the instruction manual. Well, not fantastic in English and Chinese, but you have the basic instruction, not correctly or very well English written, but it's more or less understandable. Well, so I will return more in details into the quadcopter. So this quadcopter is including the same LiPo than the FPV version. So this is a 1L cellular LiPo, rated 780 milliamps per hour. No discharge rate, but it's okay to offer close to 8 minutes of flight. You will need approximately 50 minutes or 1 hour to charge, thanks to this power charger. Well, the quadcopter with the camera install and the battery, everything scales 117 grams or close to 118, so it's pretty light for such kind of quadcopter. If you fly above grass and not really on hard surfaces, I don't think this quadcopter will be strictly seriously damaged. The plastic is soft enough and flexible enough to absorb most of the crash. You don't have any props guard installed, so maybe it's drawbacks. Well, but the good news, it's first of all, as you already see maybe in my previous video, this is a very good flyer, very stable. So thanks to the FlySky protocol, the range is just excellent. With the transmitter, you can have very easily 150-200 meters of control range. And if you disassemble this quadcopter and position the antenna vertically, okay, you just straight bend the antenna to put it vertically inside the canopy, the top shell. You will favorize the horizontal plane and probably go above 200 meters of control range. So thanks to this new FlySky protocol, new variant, you can have an improved range versus the V2X protocol, for example. You have some ball bearing installed here on the 2 pair arms, so I strongly advise to, for example, the first time to use small drops of such kind of oils into your ball bearings and check that all the 4 props are spinning by hand very freely, don't meet any extra friction, because they will reduce considerably the duration of your motors. Of course, the motors are 8.5mm by 20. This is the biggest size in cordless motors you can find. I strongly advise, if you can, to order one clockwise and one counterclockwise pair motors, because if it's one of them fails, usually always a Sunday or in the weekend, so you have to wait 2 or 3 weeks for the China shipping, so it can be very frustrating. So think about to order some spare motors. They are pretty cheap, so do it. Okay, so I will focus more on the camera version. So now, compared to the FPV, the plug have to be installed on the second from the bottom, if I can compare. So for the FPV, the plug is completely on the bottom connector. Here in the second from the bottom. Okay, the plus red is on the right. Yeah, and the white is on the left. So if it follows the same wiring diagram, in fact the color scheme is not really right, because the plus is the yellow and the plus 5, or I don't know, 4 maybe, and the ground is the white, and the other are for the video triggering and photo triggering. So well, the camera module have an orientable lens, so it's good. Well, I prefer to install it completely horizontally, because when you're moving forward, I prefer to aim to target the horizontal line versus the ground. Okay, as you can see, well, the lens should offer and is offering in practice narrow field of view. So, well, I will check later if the camera mount, the lens mount, is the same diameter than the FPV version. In this case, you can install probably a small M7 wide lens to enlarge your field of view, and it will offer better videos. So the camera module is completely different. You have a 2 GB micro SD insert used, okay, provided at least. And okay, so now I will say directly the more important things. How is the camera? Well, in fact, it's a 2 megapixel camera, but it's not filming in HD format. So it's a little bit disappointing. It's filming in a VGA, but with a frame rate of 60 frames per second. So, well, to be honest, it's a very good VGA camera. It's probably the best I've never seen. The light sensitivity, the contrast, the color aspect is very good, and the frame rate is just very good, and it's perfectly fluid, but it's still in VGA format. So I'm a little bit disappointed, because the FPV version got an HD format, so up to 720p, and here it's only 680 by 640 by 480 only. But the camera is, the quality of this VGA is very good, but still in VGA. So I don't understand why they provide such VGA module. The pictures, yes, are in HD, but the video are not. So this is the main drawback of this quadcopter. This quadcopter don't suffer at all of any jello, so it's ultra stable thanks to the chassis and the structure of the this WLtoys. So this model represents a direct competitor of, for example, the Syma X5 C1, okay, or the GearBest H12, for example. These two models are offering more HD videos, okay, but for example, the Syma, even in HD, the light sensitivity is not fantastic and so on, but the Syma, the new HD camera is I think is better than this one, even if this one is ultra fluid, but it's not in HD one. So for the GearBest H12 offering also a 5 megapixel camera, of course this model have a better camera, but is not a great flyer in my point of view that this model. So finally, it's for all these three models, I'm a little bit frustrated, because Other one is a great flyer with good range, but not with a fantastic HD camera. Other one is very stable, but not wind resistant, but the camera is okay. Other one is not a great flyer, lack of power, but with a very good potential camera. So in fact, you should wed this model together to offer something relatively good. Anyway, if you have a choice to take the FPV model of this one, finally, even if you want to do a camera video platform, I will advise maybe to take the FPV version. Of course, it's $30 or $40 more expensive, maybe $35. So this camera module is just excellent. Even if you only plan to use it as recording, it's very good, especially when you install a wide lens. This module is, as you will see in my videos, is not bad at all. The VGA is great, but I'm disappointed it's not offering an HD format. I don't understand WLtoys definitively. So as a small and tiny light video platform, I recommend it. Very good range, flexible, sporty, it's okay. But definitively you will plan one day to change the video, the camera, to install maybe a more HD video. So you have to check about the connector, if you can install maybe an HD one from the SIMA and so on. So well, I think I did everything about this model. So to conclude, great flyer, but the camera is not on the same level that the FPV version. So I still recommend it as the first video platform, but one day you will plan to change the camera. Okay, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please submit. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Bye bye.